guest. I got the wife with me.
Hello.
We have a Joe Rogan clip for you guys, and he gets really kind of vicious with Madonna.
Yeah, he does.
You know, he really goes in on Madonna. He's really going in on celebrities who just take the plastic surgery way too far. So we're going to be talking about that. I'm going to be showing you some pictures, Madonna before and after, some Zac Efron pictures before and after, and one person that doesn't come up in the conversation, maybe because he doesn't know, but some little Kim pictures before and after. And that's the wildest one, in my opinion. Wilder than Michael Jackson. So let's get into that. And then we got some theories. I got some major theories on what's going on with all these celebrities doing this stuff. And then we'll see where the wife went with what she found in some theories. All right, so let's get into that. And don't forget about IamCoachColin.com. Discount code is I am Coach Colin, all capital letters, all one word. 1 L in the name Colin gets you 10% off of anything that you see in the store. Now let's get to the Rogan clip.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. Dude, have you seen Simon Cowell recently?
Yeah, what's going on with him?
I don't know, man.
He looks worse than Aaron.
Yeah, it's I feel like there's a point where the plastic surgery, no matter how little of wrinkles you've managed to
Jesus.
that's probably a generous picture compared to some of the ones I've seen.
Well, he used to be a good-looking guy. Like, that was what he used to look like.
Yeah.
Right? And now, show what he looks like now? Like, what his, like, eyes are sinking. His forehead looks Botoxed. Looks like he's got some fillers in his cheeks.
Yeah, the thing that's so weird about plastic surgery is it's like, objectively, you couldn't really tell why the skin looks old, but it just like does, even though there's no wrinkles at
Look
all.
how good he looked back then.
Yeah.
Handsome. He also went on a vegan diet, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And didn't he, like, get significantly hurt?
Yeah, he got into a bad accident, I think, on like an e-bike.
Yeah.
geez.
Fucked up his back, and I think he needed surgery. And
Oh, so
Well-
maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
Well, maybe when you see people like that, it's a combination of multiple things. So if he's on pills because of his surgery, he might be like, you know, and then he's got Botox and his, Just get old, buddy.
So,
Just
some
get
of the,
old and keep your smile.
some of the celebrity stories about why, like, some like injury or something that resulted in them getting a surgery to look the way they did, though, is like obviously manufactured and totally fabricated.
Oh, really?
Like Zac Efron. Have you
Yes.
seen his before and after?
But isn't that just he got juiced up to play a
No,
wrestler?
dude.
No?
Look at his face before and after, and you'll be like, what the fuck?
Cowell announced he began eating animal-based foods again in order to rebuild his strength.
after his surgery.
Aha. Where we heard that before.
2020.
So he broke his back when he fell off his electric motorcycle. Oh, he had a motorcycle. Many press sources confused with an electric bike. The incident occurred when he was testing in his home in Malibu. Taken to the hospital, underwent back surgery overnight. Oh, serious shit. After the accident, he began eating animal-based foods again in order to rebuild his strength. But clearly he's got some Botoxy thing, filler thing going on with his mug.
Yeah. I don't know how old he is.
There's a difference between like watching someone age, which is, you know, oh, he looks old, to what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like Madonna.
Yeah, it's not even a human anymore.
It's
almost.
like when you see, well, I guess
Maybe that's
Madonna's, someone said that Madonna had gotten plastic surgery on her face. And then when they saw her that one time at the Grammys, her face was swollen still. And then it hadn't gone down yet. Apparently, when you really get a lot of nipping and tucking, it takes
Zac
a long
Efron's
ass
incident
time.
happened from a fall.
Oh,
From a
yeah, it
bad
was like-
accident.
He had his jaw wired
10
shut.
10
after
years ago, bro.
breaking in a fall.
He almost died in 2022, or he revealed he almost died. Sorry, in 2022.
Yeah.
During the incident, almost died by breaking his jaw. And then it was responsible for facial swelling, apparent in the viral 2021 video for Bill Nye's Earth Day musical.
Like, basically, a couple of years ago, he showed up looking unrecognizable, and then he claimed it was from an injury 10 years ago.
Well, it says he had a potentially life-threatening illness, a form of typhoid or similar bacterial infection, while filming the adventure series Killing Zac Efron in Papua New Guinea. Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's
Someone was telling me that he looks different, but I thought he just
dude.
got super jacked for the movie.
Type in Zac Efron face
He's talking
before and
about why
after.
his face is messed up.
It was because of the jaw being rewired?
Like, he definitely took shit for his recent role. Like, there's no
Yeah.
question about that. But it's like, this is beyond, dude. It's
So
like,
you think he got plastic surgery as well?
oh, heavy,
Oh,
dude.
shit.
Yeah? Like what kind of stuff?
Look at that. Like, tell me that's from hitting your jaw in a fountain.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that to me looks like roids. That's like Camille Nanjiani, that same sort of thing. Well, that looks very different.
it's like actual mass accumulated, not just body fat loss. And it's not like he's gained muscle for the recent role, but his face, even when he's out of prep for body type roles, he still looks the same. So yeah, like Kumail, obviously he lost a shit ton of fat and gain muscle around his face. So there is some development there, but this is like next level stuff, dude. At least I think so. And I think a lot of people think the same.
He definitely looks different.
Yeah, like it's it's
So what do you think he's got going on here? Like cheek implants? Like what is it?
I think there's like fillers you can get to make this bone pop out way more, or make it look like there's more structure to it. And that seems to me pretty clear there's some sort of fillers or something.
And that's what you see in the cheeks?
Potentially, but I think mainly the jaw area, it's just so much more substantially pronounced. It's I don't know, you couldn't chalk it up to roids.
So maybe when his jaw broke,
like to gain that much mass on your face and then not proportionally on the rest of your body, it would make no sense.
He said he slipped, hit the corner of a fountain, passed out, and woke up with his chin broke, hanging off his face. Whoa.
Yeah. In 2013.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Anyway, it's weird too though, because the guy is objectively one of the better looking guys in Hollywood before whatever he did. So it's like, what in your mindset would have motivated you to do this to begin with? Like, obviously,
I've seen it with women many times where
they like fuck up their lips or whatever.
Yeah, they just start going in. And a little bit of this, my nose is a little too long, and this is a girl that I knew and I hadn't seen her for a while, and I saw her like 2 years later and it looked like someone punched her in the face. Because she just had swollen cheeks because she had decided to put filler in her face. And I don't know her that well, so it's not like I can say, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Like, don't do that. Like, whatever you're doing, you got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
So it was just one of those things like, okay, this is what you're doing now, huh? You just like, you're like, you know what, it makes like this stick up, and that takes away the crow's feet, you know, because it like stretches everything out.
Right.
But it also makes it look like your face is swollen.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like I've seen some young, very attractive girls get plastic surgery, and they almost end up looking like an older woman trying to look young, even though they were young to begin with and looked young.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's well, you know, it's body dysmorphia. You don't see yourself the way other people see you.
Yeah, by the same token, why do you want to gain a bunch of muscle and take steroids or anything? It could be seen just as fucked up by...
I don't know. I think when guys get jacked, it looks good.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
there's a difference.
Sure. I'm just saying, like, there's a level of body dysmorphia at both levels for sure.
Well, if there was something available for women, like there is for men, like, so men can take steroids and they can get jacked. Yeah. And you can get a guy that is just, you know, a fucking pretty normal looking physique, and within 24 months, he looks like a fucking superhero.
Yeah.
Men want that. If there was a thing like that for women, where you could take this, and instead of like cosmetic changes, you would literally be more of a woman. Because these guys are actually physically stronger, they can move faster, they have more power. They're a different version of a human being than they were before. But women don't have that. They just have appearance shit. You can make your tits look bigger. You can suck your waist in. You can get your ass stuffed with fat. And it's not the same. There you go, Jeff Bezos.
Not that he did, but if you could go from that looking like that.
Yeah.
I fully support his jackedness. I like the way he lives.
Yeah.
But when you think about if there was a thing like that for women. So you could take a woman who has, you know, like a twiggy body, just like kind of long and thin and not voluptuous, and they could all of a sudden take a steroid that turns them into Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah,
they would all take it.
Yeah, but I think it's less well known and educated about at scale among women, nor do they care to learn about it. They know plastic surgery, they know stuff they see in magazines, they know the celebrities they follow, but guys, we follow bodybuilders and people in fitness industry and whatnot, and it's a bit of a different like exposure, I feel like, but it's actually hard to convince women that getting a muscular ass is better than injecting like fake synthetic fucking blubber.
Right.
You know? So it's a whole different element of mindset for sure.
Well, have you seen the Madonna videos of her on tour now? Have you seen these, Jamie? Here, I'm going to send this to you because it's fucking bananas. Like, I don't know what the hell she is doing, but it is very strange. Here we go.
How old is she now?
She's in her 60s. Like, probably deep in her 60s, right? Here, I'm going to send this to you, Jamie. But, I mean, it looks like she's wearing a fucking diaper. Here you go, I send it to you. This is something this is madness. I mean, like, she's thin. I bet her body would look good if she just was this 65-year-old woman who's thin and fit. But instead, look at her butt.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, what's going on there? That is so insane. It's so insane because, first of all, it doesn't make sense. Like, you could not develop an ass like that and have such thin thighs.
Yeah.
It's not possible. And the only way that looks good to have an ass like that is to have those fucking quarter horse thighs that go with it.
Yeah.
Like when you see a woman who has a big butt that she's developed from squats and then she has the legs that go with it, that's hot.
Yeah.
That's hot. This is just fucking sad. And also, like, when she moves around on stage now, she moves around like someone with arthritis.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how you could focus on your performance knowing that you have like a fucking diaper sitting on you, you know? Just like I'd be thinking about, does this look, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think she's probably delusional at this point.
Gotta be.
I mean, you got to imagine what it's like. You go from being the object of total desire to everyone. Like when Madonna was 27 years old, she'd walk in the room, everybody like, holy shit, it's Madonna. She was so hot and she had this incredible body and she was so talented and she was just desired by everyone. You go from that to being a monster.
Yeah.
Called her a monster. Jesus. he went so far in. I let that clip run a little long because I wanted to get to that little part there. But yeah, he's not exactly wrong.
Yeah.
She went a little too far. And all these examples that we have went a little too far. What do you think about it? Because you're a lady. I'm not a lady. I know I've seen my father. He aged very nicely. My mother's very beautiful, so has very full collagen skin.
Yes.
So I'm fine. I'm going to be great.
Yeah, you will be.
Yeah. Maybe I'll take some testosterone, get a little jacked or something. But other than that, I'm good. How do you feel, though?
I don't know. I think there's like certain levels, but I think people also, especially when they have so much money, just want to do all the things.
Yep.
And don't have any kind of limiter. And especially when there's like surgeons and practitioners who will just keep going based on what the person asks for just because they'll pay for it. It's not good.
It's crazy.
So they don't have anybody to tell them no.
That is true.
And I think that's a huge part of the problem. And they don't have to like think like the average person. Like if I was going to go do, I don't know, Botox or fillers or whatever, I'd have to really think hard about it, budget for it. And I wouldn't be able to go crazy.
No. And I wouldn't allow that.
No.
I know that sounds sexist out there. And you can say it is.
No, but like
That's
you
fine.
need people in your life who will tell you,
I would not
like,
allow
no,
it.
you're looking a bit crazy.
I feel like you're not doing that. There's no need. Look, there's Madonna before and after.
Yeah, it's so like she
That's
looks
2011.
great.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
She's a
she looks
gorgeous lady.
beautiful.
Gorgeous lady. What
And
on
she
earth
was
did she do?
probably what? She was, I don't know how old she is now. She's like 70, right?
Yeah, something along those lines. See, there's 2012
So then
versus
10 years
today.
ago, so she was 60. She still looked amazing.
Yeah. I got some theories, but I want to go down the rabbit hole you went down first. Because I love the fact that I did not tell you what to look for. I just kind of told you vaguely the theory. And here's one woman who didn't do that. Sydney Crawford. She's a supermodel.
Yeah.
Back in the day, she didn't do any of this stuff. She looks fine. She's just aging. You know, put some
Are you
cream
sure
on
she
your.
didn't do anything though?
I don't know.
Because the thing is, like,
I was gonna
if
say
people
no. I'm
do-
not sure. So no. I
Well,
don't.
yeah, it's not possible to be totally sure. Like if they did it right, then you might not notice.
True.
Which is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
We only
yeah,
see the people who are botched.
Yeah.
Like
very
if you
true.
do a little bit of Botox consistently over time, it doesn't make your skin worse. It just means that you don't have the wrinkles that you otherwise would have had.
Yeah, that's true. I don't like it myself.
No, I get that, but
But
there's also ways to do it where it's tasteful.
yeah, I guess so. I can just always tell. I just don't like it. I see it and I'm like, I know what's going on. I know.
There's
what
also
you're
so
doing.
many different products on the market these days that are like Botox is like one of the most extreme.
True.
So it's like a paralytic for the muscle. But there are ones that have like a different diffusion rate. So when you inject it, it like spreads further. So it's kind of a lesser effect.
I guess, yeah.
So you can still have movement of the muscles, just not the strength that they had before to create those lines and wrinkles.
You know who I'm surprised? I'm just gonna get we're gonna get into this body double and John Fetterman talk in a second. But you know who's really surprising that does that I would think would have been taught better? You know, not to assume, but Jordan Peterson's daughter.
Yeah.
I would have thought she would know better. I would have thought he would have been like, he just would have like said like a beautiful, eloquent paragraph of like why not to do this, and she'd be like, "Yes, father."
Yeah.
But it's like, I guess, I don't know. It's weird because she does it a lot, and it's getting to the point of what they're talking about. It's getting to that point where
Really?
she doesn't look the
Like there's
same.
something quite a little bit wrong.
She's getting to that point where, like Bill Burr put it in one of his comedy specials, you know, he talks about, you know, lizard skin.
Oh,
You start
no.
looking like lizard skin.
That's not.
Everybody starts looking the same after a while.
Yeah.
They all go towards this one weird
Yes.
face.
I was
It's very
talking
odd.
to, there's a girl I know who is from Iran, and she will fly back there
Mm-hmm.
to do procedures
Yeah.
because it's so much less expensive than here.
Mm-hmm.
So she went back kind of recently and did some stuff, but she was saying that all the girls there have the same look because it's a very like kind of cultural trendy thing
Yeah.
to have that kind of like cat look. So they always like pull up the ends of their eyes so they get like those like angular features.
Yeah.
And then they like do the pronounced chin, so everything's very angular.
Yeah.
But then again, everybody ends up looking the exact same.
It's weird. I think it's very weird. But I like the fact that you got to this body double place, because that's where, when I see this, let's go back to Madonna and how Madonna looked. When I see this, this is what I start thinking about. I start thinking of the movie Get Out.
Okay.
You know how the movie Get Out was, and they were trying to round up black people because they wanted to be black
spare
and
parts,
young,
yeah.
and you know they wanted to have those bodies and everything. Think about this world, and this is not a conspiracy. This is a movie script. That's what I call them instead. Think about that world where people are doing that. Eventually, you wouldn't just want some black kid, some guy, some girl. You'd be like, I want a designer one, and I don't even care if they're black. Give me Madonna.
Yeah.
I want Madonna. Yeah, I want to be Madonna. I'm 92, and if I can have one body, I want hers. That's what I
Wow.
want. And that's what kind of makes me think of. Honestly. I mean, let's move on. Let's go over it. Like, Zac Efron is crazy. We'll talk
Yeah,
about
those
him in a
pictures are
second.
crazy.
But look at Lil' Kim. Like, if you don't know who Lil' Kim is, she's a rapper, female
Yeah.
rapper, in the days of Notorious B.I.G., and that's what she looked like when she was young. Beautiful girl. She was beautiful.
Don't scroll on this page, by the way.
Why?
There's she has a lot of risque outfits.
Does she?
Yes, that are
Oh.
showing a lot.
Does she? Yeah, well, I mean, she was known for that kind of thing.
Yes.
But this is her face now. And
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah, she
different.
looks so different.
Her skin is 1,000 shades lighter. Her hair, her nose, she does not even look like the same person. And
Yeah.
then when you look at her body, it's like very wide and like everything's done in that sense.
And
It's
she had an amazing body.
Yeah,
Like I'm
she's
sure
great.
like things have changed, like she's aged, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
She would have looked fantastic just letting herself age. And I don't know what happened. But again, this makes me think of like what's going on in Hollywood that all of these people end up looking this way. All
Yeah.
of them hit a certain point in their career where they're trying to keep things alive, and then they look like this.
That's true.
They don't, how do you even know that's her? Like, I'm telling you that girl on that side is that one, but how could you really know?
Yeah, you don't know.
I-
Because somebody could just walk out one day looking like that and be like, I'm Lil' Kim.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
And then all the articles would pop up about, oh, Lil' Kim with plastic surgery
Yeah.
rumors and blah, blah, blah.
I'm just saying. The elites,
true.
the elites do weird things. What if they just wanted to?
Because that could be a totally different girl.
100%.
And they just say,
You know, they say that about Avril Lavigne, right? They say that she passed away.
Yes,
And some
I've heard
person
that.
named Michelle or something took over or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
there's something like that with the Beatles as well.
Eminem, too.
Oh,
Co-
lots of them.
Eminem had blue eyes. I mean, unless he was wearing contacts.
Huh.
But he had blue eyes, and now he has brown eyes.
Like it would make sense that he had blue eyes considering his general coloring.
Yeah. But now he has brown eyes.
That's so weird.
Very weird. He doesn't look the same. Looks like he has weird plastic surgery,
Mm-hmm.
too. When you really look at Eminem, he looks like he has this weird work done. He used to have a round face. Now he has, like, this angular, straight face.
Yeah,
It's weird.
that is weird.
Like, when you get old, you don't suddenly start getting sharper features. You sag a little bit.
Yeah,
But your face stays generally the same.
yeah,
You know?
for sure.
I don't get it. I don't know. I think something weird is going on in Hollywood. I really do. That's one of the theories that I have. Okay. And then another theory is exactly where you went with it, the body doubles. Mm-hmm. Now, this one you showed me. This is Biden.
Yeah,
Biden and wearing a mask. So I did an episode on this because this was like really talked about.
it was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing. I don't know how deep this article goes.
It's basically saying it's not true and blah, blah, blah. The article.
Of course. But here's the thing. There's the thing. And they even show it in this article that's saying it's not true. His earlobes changed.
Yeah.
His earlobes changed.
And the thing I found funny about that picture in particular was you could see the line of like a different color.
Yes.
Skin color.
Oh, in this picture?
Yeah, the one that you just showed.
Okay, let me see that.
Like all the way up his head. And like that could be makeup, but you can tell his face is way lighter than the back of his head and neck.
And that's from Liz Churchill. I follow her. Yeah, she's fighting the good fight. She's a truth seeker. She's great. If you're on X, follow that chick. She's great. But yeah, it's very different the way his earlobes look at everything.
Yeah.
And here's another thing.
Oh yeah, it went from like attached to detached or vice versa.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a
doesn't
possible
happen.
thing. That's like a weird like genetic trait.
Yeah. And it just stays forever. You know?
Yeah.
Like a nose. It doesn't move. It might grow a little bit, it might droop a little bit, but that's it. It doesn't click off after a little while.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that really gets me. Okay? A lot of people don't like Donald Trump. They think that he just says a lot of stuff. Donald Trump said early while they were running, he goes, he's not the same guy. You guys think he's the same guy. He's not the same guy. He's a different guy. He looks different. He moves different. He sounds different. It's a different guy. And everybody just goes, that's Donald Trump. Get out of here. But there's a lot of things that Donald Trump has said. He is the Alex Jones of politicians. There's a lot of things he says that end up being correct. And I just always found that one to stand out. Like, why would you say he's not the same person?
That's
and then you
weird.
look at him and you're like, this is not the same person anymore.
Unless he means like because he's had so many kind of health issues, he's had like brain surgeries. Like maybe he means like he's not the same guy that you remember from being vice president.
That's what everybody would assume as he's saying that. But when you look at him, he doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
He doesn't move the same. He doesn't talk the same. His eyes look different. His earlobes are different.
Yeah, that's so weird.
His face looks different. His smile is different. Like none of it it's just weird. Mm-hmm. And that's not even just from when he was young to now. That's from like Obama era to now.
Yeah.
He looks
exactly.
drastically different.
Yeah.
Drastically different. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
And Obama only left in what, 2016?
Yes.
So it hasn't even been that long.
That's what I mean. How does somebody change that
deteriorate that much?
I don't get it. Not even deteriorate. He doesn't look like the same person.
Yeah.
He looks as different as little Kim does to the old little Kim. He does.
Yeah.
His nose is even shaped different.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Hollywood and politics are the same arm of the deep state or the government or the three-letter agencies.
Yeah, they have the same kind of cloak and dagger routines.
Yes, exactly.
Same kind of rule book.
Yeah, exactly. They hang out at the same Eyes Wide Shut parties,
yeah.
You know? But so it's like, what's going on? What's happening? So I love that you brought up John Fetterman, because that's a big one that a lot of people have been thinking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he had a stroke.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he came back and he just didn't look the same anymore. And nobody understood what was going on.
Yeah, I was looking at that little group of pictures. There's like 6 of them. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at them and I'm like, these could all be different guys.
Yep, definitely. 100%. It's very odd.
Like if I saw all of these people in the street, like at the same time, I wouldn't blink an eye.
Right? So when you see him, it's like, I don't know, it just looks so different. And the way he behaves now is so different.
Yeah.
And then like the other picture is showing like tattoos being gone.
Yeah, like I kind of get like that's a different angle, but I feel like you should still see something.
Yeah, you should.
Because you're like...
You should.
I don't know.
You really, really should. Hate when my tattoos disappear. That's what happened. That's what happened to Jay. Oh, this is from Tara Bull. Oh, if you're on X, follow Tara Bull. She's great. She's great as well. She's a truth seeker. I think she used to be on Fox, and now she's just like,
oh, really?
She went rogue.
Just done with it.
She went rogue. I
love when people go rogue. It's the best.
Yeah, it's very interesting when you see it. I wish she would talk more about what she used to see behind the scenes.
Yeah, true.
I wish she would become like a media whistleblower. But yeah, back to this whole thing with John Fetterman. Yeah, It's like something happened to him, and all of a sudden he comes back. He's completely different. It doesn't make any sense. Then we go to another person. While we're even just talking about it, let's go to another person. Let's see if I can find it. Kanye's a big one.
True.
Kanye.
And then there was the thing about Jamie Foxx as well.
Yes, Jamie Foxx had a head tattoo, and then people noticed that it's actually gone since he came back. Everybody was talking about him being cloned. He was in a movie that was called They Cloned Tyrone right before he disappeared and was in the hospital. In the hospital, people were saying that he passed away or that he was terminally sick, and all this stuff was going on. Then all of a sudden his family's like, no, he's fine. Everybody's like, what?
Yeah.
Everybody was getting reports that he was like in a really bad place, and they're like, no, he's recovering.
That's weird.
And it was very, very odd. And then he comes back. First video he does, he is like 6 shades lighter, his skin. And then people see him at a McDonald's or a Burger King or something, and there's no tattoo on the back of his head.
That's weird.
Yeah, and why was he there?
Yeah, that's my immediate impression.
Exactly, yeah. He's worth $100 million. Why is he there?
Yeah.
But I guess I'd be eating McDonald's a lot too if I was worth $100 million.
But you'd probably I don't know.
I'd send the
Uber
person.
Eats it to yourself.
I'd send the person.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It'd
be like too busy
to
be able to do that. You'd cause a scene. You would.
Yeah, true.
So why would you?
Like we have a teenager. I would send him out. I'd be like, go ahead, bring me back food.
Yeah.
That's your job. I finance your life. Go get me food.
The other thing I found really interesting about the Jamie Foxx situation was, I guess he was filming a movie at the time with Cameron Diaz when he had, I don't know, his stroke or his medical emergency, whatever. So there's a whole bunch of articles online that talk about, Cameron Diaz filming with Jamie Foxx's body double. So it's like when you search Jamie Foxx body double, it just comes up with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was trying to look into it and find pictures and stuff, and that's all it was saying.
Yep. There's something very odd going on in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I always go back to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle was talking about, the Weinstein situation, Harvey Weinstein, and, the horrible things he did. And Dave Chappelle was talking, and he said, he goes, what if I told you that type of stuff wasn't even the worst of it? And I always think of that because I'm like, what's worse than what Harvey Weinstein was doing to these people? And it always stood out to me. He's like, what if I told you that wasn't the worst of it? It was a very weird, he's like, and he was talking about how Hollywood is a monster. He's like, the industry is a monster. He's like, and that's not even the worst of it. And I was like, what? How does that make sense?
Well, there's a reason he left and went to Ohio?
That's where he was from. He just moved to a farm. He's doing exactly what I want to do. He just went to a farm, and that's where he's lived for so long. So let's silence this. So that's Kanye. So basically, Kanye had to, oh shoot, I have to show it to you guys. Sorry. So yeah, Kanye looks a little different now. That's what he used to look like. Yeah, that's what he looks like now. That's what he used to look like. Kanye West also said, if I disappear for weeks and I come back, it's not me.
That's crazy. He looks so different.
He said that. He's like, if I disappear and come back, it's not me.
That's so crazy.
And then the last time we heard from Kanye West, when he was going crazy, quote unquote, he was talking about how he wanted all his kids to come to church and to be near God and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And Kim wouldn't allow his firstborn, the girl, I forget what her name is, North.
Yeah.
She wouldn't allow her to go. She's like, she doesn't want to go. And instead they would just make TikToks together that were very suggestive and not that great. And there's a lot of symbolism to them and stuff. Then Kanye disappears for weeks. He comes back. Exactly what he said. If that happens, it's not me. He comes back, and then North is doing the whole weird, covering your eye type of thing. And she's in photo shoots doing this stuff, magazines and stuff. So just things that Kanye was explicitly not allowing before. And now all of a sudden he's allowing it. So just
it's very strange. He looks so different.
So different. Here's another thing about Kanye West. There's a picture of him. Oh man, let's get into it. Okay. Hold on. There's a picture with him and Lil Uzi Vert. So Kanye, Lil Uzi Vert. Kanye West. If you don't know who Lil Uzi is a rapper. His name's Lil Uzi Vert because it rhymes with Lucifer. He's really into
I never made that connection.
Yeah, he's really into like satanic imagery and stuff. There is I can't find it. It's hard. It's very, very hard to find. But there's a picture of Lil Uzi and Kanye West standing together. Okay? And they're near the same height. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then there's a picture of Kanye West standing with Jay-Z. And Jay-Z's like 6'2". And they're nearly the same height.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So there are two different pictures. And you see this a lot with Kanye West, where he's short or he's like near my height.
I thought he was like 5'9".
In some pictures, it seems like he's like 5'8".
Yeah.
Because Lil Uzi is like 5'7".
Okay.
So Kanye was maybe an inch or two short. He was around 5'9".
Yeah.
But then he's standing next to Jay-Z.
And he's like on the same level.
Almost.
That's weird.
So, okay.
I don't think Jay-Z would crouch.
No.
I can't picture that happening.
He'd be like, come here, little guy. And then we go to Jay-Z, Kanye West, Jay-Z, like Kanye having different heights and everything. Then we go to this guy who is very crazy. His name's Orlando Brown. Okay. He used to be in That's So Raven.
Yes, I know who he is.
Okay, so now he's gone a little off the deep end, so it seems. He comes forward and because he's been exposed to celebrities for so long, he goes, you guys don't know that he's like, there's two Kanyes and they fight.
Oh my God.
He's like, they fight all
What
the
a weird
time.
thing to
He's
say.
like, one of them's short, one of them's tall.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what is going on right now?
That's so crazy.
He's like, they fight all the time. He's like, they're fighting for who's going to be the real Kanye.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, but Kanye's gone. He's like, Kanye's been gone. I was like, what?
So there's like two doubles.
Then, it's so weird. I'm not going to play Orlando Brown because that's just a little too off the deep end for this podcast. But then there was another thing where Orlando Brown was like, Sierra and Chris Brown switched bodies. And he's like, and Chris Brown Sierra is actually Chris Brown, and Chris Brown's actually Sierra. Chris Brown comments on the post a meme of Sierra dancing. Like he's agreeing.
Oh, that's so funny.
So weird. So
but like
much
then
weird
again,
stuff.
what else would you say to that?
Yeah,
like, that's just
yeah.
hilarious.
You know, yeah, exactly. It's hilarious. Imagine hearing that about yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I did remember, like, I want to say like in the early 2000s, like, or maybe the 2010s, like when Sierra was like big.
Yeah, there was talk of her being a guy.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it all makes sense.
That's so weird.
Yeah. It's an odd little thing. Like, what's going on in Hollywood? Hollywood's a weird place.
Now
So
just body switching. They get bored. There's probably like 10 celebrities, and they just rotate.
that's
They
funny.
just got a room full of bodies.
That's funny. They actually say hip hop is very manufactured, and there was this producer that came forward and he said there's only 5 people that write all the songs that you hear.
Yeah.
Like, actually, he's like, there's 5.
That makes sense.
Every hit that you hear, there's only 5 people writing these things. He's like, that's it. There's nobody else. Very interesting.
That's crazy.
So there's just more and more of these people, just before and afters.
Yeah.
Which she looked pretty good.
Yeah,
you know?
that's not too bad. She doesn't look crazy.
She did well.
She
with
just
that.
has some like cheek stuff going on.
I don't know who this is. Who is this?
I don't know. It says below.
Melanie Griffin. So that's what she listed. But that's like a little bit more like, look how young she is there.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
a little
really
different.
fair.
Carrot Top is a crazy one.
Yes,
Carrot Top looks like he's wearing a mask.
for sure.
He
He
looks
has a Halloween mask.
Yeah. He looks way different. And that's not even like, that's not age. Carrot Top looks really different.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in Hollywood. Maybe the pressure just gets to be too much. She looks fine. That's fine. She did some stuff, but she looks all right.
But she also like admitted it and stuff.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, she looks, I don't know, I think that looks pretty good. That's wild. But that's a super young picture. But yeah, of course, he got his stuff done.
Yeah,
He's
and he
trying
got
to-
some like veneers and stuff too.
He's trying to survive in Hollywood. He doesn't look all that bad.
No, that looks fine.
You know? But there's some people.
Oh.
This one's crazy.
That is crazy.
What's her name? Jocelyn Wildenstein.
I don't know who that is, but she looks crazy before.
That looks like a mask. How do you look at that and say that's not a mask?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like she looks like she's either like a Who from Dr. Seuss or like from the movie Cats.
Right? And here's another thing. You want another theory? Maybe these, because why in your right mind would you do this? Right? Mm-hmm. Maybe they're doing it at the request of like the super elite.
Yeah.
Because here's my theory when it comes to celebrities. Okay? If you're still watching, you're like family. I'll let you in on this. Okay? Let you in on this. I don't usually say this on anything but like Instagram messages between friends. I think celebrities are more pets than they are massive, successful people that we should all look up to. I think that when you see their contracts and the money that they're given, I think that is more of an allowance than it is some massively successful contract that they've earned.
Yeah.
I think what we heard about Harvey Weinstein doing is just the tip of the iceberg, barely anything. And I think every celebrity gets involved in that in some way, shape, or form and does things like that for money, for the things that they have. And the same way you see them in these massive estates is to these super elite people the equivalent of Paris Hilton having a purse in the shape of a doghouse that she walks around with and that little dog's inside of.
Yeah.
I think it's the exact same thing. So I think that some of them have to do this. They get to a point where they have to do it.
Yeah. Going to like the body double theory as well. It's like if they're asking certain celebrities to do this to the point of craziness, it's like trying to show the public that, look, this is what a lot of plastic surgery looks like.
True.
So that when they actually do it well, in order to make a body double, we don't think that that's plastic surgery.
Oh, that's why I married her, folks. That's why I married her. So
it's like a false flag.
Don't say that phrase.
What?
No, I'm kidding. Check this out. I'm gonna actually put it over here. Here, let's do this. I want to bring this up over here. Actually, you know what? Forget it. I'll just bring it up here. But yeah, check that out. That is from a company. I believe this is from Hyperflesh, or no, this is Metamorphosis Masks. So they have masks that have this type of ability.
That's so crazy.
Right? That's very crazy. So you want to see something else that's crazy? Here, let me show you something else that's crazy. That's happened. That has actually happened when it comes to these whole masks things. There is a case where a gentleman, I'm just going to run through this video. There is a case where a gentleman put on a mask like this, committed a crime against someone, and where they passed away.
Yeah.
And got away with it. And a gentleman who looked like this African American gentleman actually ended up getting charged, to the point of his mother saw this masked person on camera and said, "Yes, that's my son."
Oh my God.
7 people who were involved in what he did identified this actual African American person.
Wow.
That's how good. Like, that's him. See?
That's the guy who was wearing the mask?
Yep.
Holy.
And that's the mask he wore. And he actually got somebody locked up.
So how'd they figure it out?
They ended up actually catching the guy. I'm not sure how they did it. I guess we could play this video and find out. But he actually, he had those 2 pass away.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Sadly. Or maybe just the wife. But
so that was like his wife or something?
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
So he, in order to get away with it, he dressed up like an African American person.
Wow.
And he got away with it. So you have to think how many, right away my mind goes to how many people at these BLM protests, how many black people were really in those crowds.
Sowing discontent.
I don't know. There were some for sure, I mean, but and then it makes me think about the looting that's going on right now. It's like,
because you can just buy those masks, right?
Well, you can buy.
Like, it's not like it's a controlled substance.
Look, I'll even go back to it for you guys. Look at this guy. Sorry, here. Where is it? That's him. That's this guy's actual face. This is another instance. That's his actual face. That's him wearing the mask.
He just looks normal.
Who's going to question that that's a black person?
Yeah.
Your hands are black, this, that. You're walking around. Maybe you're like, yo, what's up, man? What's going on, bro?
Even if your hands aren't black.
You just have gloves on.
Or you have vitiligo. Like, it's
True.
common.
True. Joe Rogan has it.
Yeah. So many people do.
Yeah. So look at that. I don't know. There's a bunch of theories I have. Okay.
Huh.
So
and also, like, who's going to stop you and be like, sir, you aren't black.
Yeah.
Like, you're safe at that point.
Are you really black? Hold on a second. Come here.
Yeah.
That nose is too wide. You're going to be like, oh my God.
Or it's not wide enough.
You're so fired from whatever you do.
Exactly. That's crazy. Like,
that's
you can't
so true.
question it.
That is so true. I never even thought of that. But yeah, there's something weird going on in Hollywood. And here's my last theory, okay? Here's my last movie script, okay? I'm just putting it out there. If it's something that happens in Hollywood and you sell your soul, eventually you start taking form of the demon that you have bonded with. That's another theory that I have, because a lot of these people, like let me go back to Madonna. Like when Joe Rogan says she looks like a monster, he's right. And it's not in an insulting way. Forget Madonna. I'll use this example even more so. Michael Jackson. Look at him. He looked, what just happened? Oh, okay. Sorry guys. He looked fantastic. He looked fantastic here. You know, he just looks like a young man.
Yeah.
Young man, big afro, you know, maybe learn how to do your hair as time goes on.
That happens.
And it just look at him. Like,
yeah.
What's going on?
And if you go to some of the later pictures too, it shows like he had to wear this like tape over his nose because it was like leaking fluid, caving in.
Yeah. All sorts of stuff. Like, look at this.
Ugh.
Like, could you imagine being my mom? You grew up with black Michael Jackson, and then by the end, you're older, and this is him. How crazy is that? So
crazy.
Like that, if you told me, hey, this guy, if you looked at me and you said, hey, just so you know, this guy, he bonded with a demon and sold his soul. And I say, what are you talking about? And then 10 years later, I see this. I go, oh, what's going on? Huh? And then at the end, I see this. I go, oh, well, you told me the truth. Thanks for telling me the truth, pal. Pal of mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird. Very, very weird. And they all seem to do it. And it seems to be in Hollywood. I don't know many regular people who do this.
No, not to that extent.
And listen, I know people who have money too. And they don't do anything like this.
Yeah.
It's actually the opposite. When I know a bunch of people who have 7, 8 figure. A friend of mine's in the high 8 figures. He just sold a business or just like acquired a business, and like he's massively rich. And what seems to happen with people who are like regular and massively rich, they just get a little fat because they're just like
they're just chilling.
I eat at the best places. I don't have to impress women anymore. I don't care. It's like they're married to money. You know, you get married, you know, you put on a little weight, you know, this and that. It's like they're married to money. They're like, I don't know. She's fine with me like this. You know? That's what I see with people who are like regular and they get a bunch of money. But for some reason, people in Hollywood, and I think it's more than just a pursuit of trying to look young to get parts. Because at a certain point, you know, they were talking about Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell's worth like $600 million.
Yeah, he doesn't
if
care.
Not
and
more.
He doesn't do parts anyway. So why does he care?
Exactly. He could just stop everything.
Yeah.
He could be like, give me a young British guy who's gorgeous like David Beckham. You're going to be the face now. You go handle all my business stuff.
Yeah.
He could do that.
If he wanted to.
But for some reason, all of a sudden, it's like Madonna. Madonna doesn't have to do this. She did a show where she kissed Britney Spears. That was the passing of the torch. You're good. You're done. Mm-hmm. That's it. You retire. You don't need to make songs anymore. Who cares about a Madonna song anymore? I certainly don't. I couldn't name one.
New? No.
Only
80s.
Yeah, of course. So it's like, what's going on? I don't know. It seems like they're doing this stuff for a reason. It really does. It really, really does. But who knows? Who knows? Those are all just theories, guys. Those aren't my real thoughts. This is just entertainment. What do I care? I don't have a resume anymore. I've burnt all my resumes. I don't do that anymore. I don't look for jobs anymore. That's over for me. What else you got to say?
That's it.
That's it? You're good?
Yep.
You're just going to leave me out there just saying all that stuff? That's
Absolutely.
fine.
I love your theories.
That's fine. Guys, like, subscribe, and that's it. And just think about it. Think about it the next time you see these people walking around with the skin pulled all the way back, politicians doing it, celebrities doing it. What are they doing this for? And for God's sakes, please don't look up to any of these people. They're absolutely ridiculous. You would never want to do the things that they do to get into the positions they are. You're so much better off having the job that you have wherever you're at in life right now and building up from there, finding skills, starting businesses, living a life that actually makes you happy, becoming self-sufficient. It's such a better life. It's such a better life. I promise you. You will not like fame nor that type of fortune. What they had to do. And other than that, we're out.
Bye.